If you found a glitch in a video game, a cheat code that guaranteed you a win every single time you used it, you would never stop using it, right? Basketball had a cheat code. It generated exactly 38,387 points. It won 6 MVP awards, 6 NBA championships. It was statistically, physically, and mathematically unstoppable. But if you turn on an NBA game today, you won't see it. LeBron doesn't use it. Steph Curry doesn't use it. Victor Wembanyama doesn't use it. The most lethal weapon in the history of sports has completely vanished from the face of the earth. This is the story of the Skyhook, how it broke the NBA, and the terrifying reason why no one has ever been able to bring it back. To understand the glitch, you have to understand the era that forced it into existence. In the late 1960s, basketball was a horizontal war. The paint was a mosh pit. Giants like Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell dominated through brute force and vertical leaping. Then came a kid from Harlem named Lou Alcindor. We know him today as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem wasn't the whitest guy on the floor, but he had something else: fluidity, grace, a little basketball IQ. By the time he was in college at UCLA, he was so utterly dominant that the NCAA panicked. They literally changed the rules of the sport to stop him. They banned the dunk, the Lou Alcindor rule. They tried to nerf him, but they accidentally made him a god. Deprived of his easiest way to score, Kareem went into the lab. If he couldn't play above the rim with power, he would attack it from an angle the defense couldn't even reach. He didn't just invent a shot, he invented a geometry equation. Let's break down the math of the Skyhook, because it's not just a shot, it is a biological shield. When Kareem received the ball in the post, the nightmare began. Step 1. The pivot. He turns his body completely perpendicular to the basket. Step 2. The barrier. His non-shooting arm, his left shoulder and elbow creates a literal wall of bone and muscle between the ball and the defender. If you want the ball, you have to go through his chest. That's a foul, but here is where the physics get unfair. Kareem was 80 foot dos when he extended his right arm into the sweeping motion of the hook. The ball was released roughly 100 feet in the air. Add the lift from his jumping leg, and the release point maxed out at almost 2 feet. The rim is only 10 feet high. To block a Skyhook, a defender didn't just need to jump high. They needed to teleport through Kareem's left shoulder and reach an altitude that human beings simply do not inhabit. Listen to the legends who tried to stop it. Julius Erving called it the ultimate weapon. Magic Johnson said it was an automatic 2 points. Wilt Chamberlain, a man with a rumored 48-inch vertical who could pluck quarters off the top of the backboard, spent the twilight of his career helpless against it. Defenders knew it was coming. The entire arena knew it was coming. They would scout it, drill against it, and put 2 men on him. And it didn't matter. The Skyhook wasn't a contest, it was an execution. April 6th, 1904, Las Vegas, Nevada. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is sitting at 31,401 used never career points. He needs one more basket to pass Wilt Chamberlain and become the NBA's all-time leading scorer. A record people thought would stand for a millennium. The Lakers are playing the Utah Jazz. Guarding Kareem is Mark Eaton. Let me paint a picture of Mark Eaton for you. 7 foot 465 pounds. One of the most terrifying shot blockers to ever walk the earth. If there was a final boss designed specifically to block a shot, it was Eaton fourth quarter. Magic Johnson dumps the ball into the post. Eaton anchors his feet. He's ready. He knows history is on the line. Kareem takes one dribble. He fakes to his left, freezing Eaton's hips for a fraction of a millisecond. That's all it took. Kareem pivots, right? The left leg goes up like a flamingo. The left arm creates the shield. The right arm sweeps into the heavens. Look at the footage. Eaton extends his massive 7-foot water frame. His arm is fully outstretched, and he is swatting at air. The ball is in an orbit he can't touch. Swish. History. It wasn't a vicious poster dunk. It wasn't a flashy crossover. It was the exact same methodical, sweeping motion he had practiced a million times in empty gyms. It was inevitable, Kareem retired in 1994, and when he walked away, he took the Skyhook with him, which brings us back to the ultimate question. If it is the most unblockable shot in the history of the sport, why doesn't anyone use it today? Ask Shaquille O'Neal, ask Yao Ming, ask Dwight Howard. They all tried it in practice. They all gave up. Reason number one, it is brutally, mind-numbingly difficult. The Skyhook requires a level of ambidextrous coordination, footwork, and touch that takes thousands of hours of Mikan drills to master. Kids today don't want to stand 3 feet from the basket practicing a sweeping arm motion. They want to shoot 3-foot step back threes like Steph Curry. Reason number two, the math of the NBA changed. Analytics took over. 3 points are worth more than 2. The post-up game was deemed inefficient. Big men were dragged out to the perimeter. But there is a third reason, a psychological one. This Skyhook isn't cool. It doesn't end up on highlight reels for its flashiness. It doesn't humiliate the defender of the dribble. It is an old man's shot. It looks archaic. Modern players are obsessed with style. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was obsessed with efficiency. He didn't care how it looked. He cared that you couldn't stop it, and for 20 years, nobody did. The Skyhook didn't just break the game of basketball. It transcended it. It remains a ghost hovering over the modern NBA, a 38 cheat code that everyone knows exists, but no one is brave enough or skilled enough to use.